The first step for developing patience is to let yourself stay calm. Yes, even in the most short-tempered moments, you can still choose to be calm. And lately, I have actually been struggling with that, just in case if y'all were wondering. Anyway, I actually have a new album coming out soon, and it's gonna be my deluxe album for my breakthrough album, but enhanced. So yeah, be sure to check out my Spotify if you would like. So back to the video. And with that being said, obviously it's going to take time to sort of hone this skill or this ability that you would have of staying calm. However, the more you realize that there are so many more reasons for you to keep calm, the more you're gonna be able to use that skill. And now for the next and second step is to try not to focus yourself around others too much, because the main reason that there are more arguments that happen or that there are people that engage in them is because they're often the loudest talkers in the room, which isn't as effective. And so if you are quiet, sure, it's possible for someone to pick a fight with you, and it's not what pays off. But with you being like this way, you've noticed that it's going to be a lot harder for you to start picking fights, especially if you're a quieter person rather than a louder person. And that's honestly the biggest reason why fights start if you're the louder person. But anyway, alright, on to the next one. And as for mindfulness, click here for my video if you want to. Okay, so back to the video. And for the last and third foremost straightforward answer that I would give for you guys is actually to embrace the pain. And it doesn't have to be in the most culturalistic and in the most dominant and powerful way possible. It just has to be in a very authentic and meaningful way, because that's exactly what you don't want to lose. Also, my other channel has a bit of a conceptual and similar theme than the one that I've discussed before, and also the concept for it. But anyway, regarding that topic, back to the video, I began to come to the conclusion that patience not only takes time, but it takes effort. And some people just aren't willing to put in the extra work, extra work, whether that's lifting weights or like singing or just any sort of skill or anything in life. And part of you doing that work is like really giving you the advantage, and mainly gets you to feel more confident and also calm. Because when you focus on your future, you don't really rely on the past. You've gotten used to that ability more, kind of. Anyway, so while having this ability, or while you have this ability to intellectually stay calm, in other words, part of it is probably working hard on things like your purpose and goals. You naturally develop them. Okay, now that we have cleared up that topic, let's head on to the next and other tip that let's keep in mind. So this tip is to try thinking of the positive side. Even at times when it's hard, trust me, it's worth it. Because what more have you wasted when all that you have gave into others is pain? And it's funny because pain for yourself means that others will be much happier, especially to stay calm. And I don't mean that because, some people are happy to see you in pain, but there's a difference from people being happy to see you in pain versus you staying calm in pain. You know what I mean? But anyway, on to the next topic. And even though it's good to set proper boundaries, there means some people occasionally cross the line, can mistakenly overstep another person's boundaries, and even if you want to call it comfort bubble, it's probably fun to call it that. And in order to get out of it, you should do something that quite surprisingly consists of the unpredictability or of the associated practicality that you feel you need to partake in, which might hurt, but is worth it in the long run. But what's really predictable can sometimes make others frustrated. And obviously that's why you should do what others, or what yourself least expects. And it's like, it's really unprecedented or either unpredictable. And like, obviously most people just want external results, but like internal results, which I discussed in another video, so you can click on that if you want to. Anyway. And those like unpredictable or unprecedented events that have yet to occur, they will happen soon. So now for the fifth and foremost step. First video is to allow yourself to travel throughout your life. And no, I'm not talking about in the sense of going on an adventure around the like wonderful world, though it would be nice too, but I'm mainly talking about discovering the choices that you make in life, whether that seems like a good choice or a bad choice, because oftentimes there's people that are like, what are your purpose? And your purpose isn't just to like say like whatever you're doing. And some people can like manipulate you and say your purpose is sitting on the couch all day and being lazy. But what if you're like singing for most of the day, and the part that you had a break from singing is when they said you're being lazy? Anyway, so really I'm talking about like choices you make, and even if it's a good or bad decision, you can like learn from both of those, and it requires of you to make like the good choice or good decision, because like it's not only like mistakes that pay off, but it's like part of noticing that maybe like good things were more important to learn from. Not in the sense of like being a perfectionist or anything like that, but it's the key to making any good choice or decision. Also, when you stay at peace with yourself, you don't really let others drag you down with you. Because when you drag others down with you, you'll make them feel like they don't belong, until eventually you basically feel like you don't really belong just about as much as you know. Obviously, like, I get that it's healthy to set proper boundaries, and some people very well can cross the line and mistakenly overstep another person's space, or maybe even comfort bubble. But yeah, it's just crazy that sometimes some people do that. Because even if you like get really mad, you can always find new ways to stay calm, and it'll eventually become a reason for you to not belong, if you don't make others feel like they don't belong. So I know that it can get hard at times, but that's what makes it well worth it. So the next time you think of getting mad, please feel free to replay parts of the video if you like, and also comment down below. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts, opinions, or discussions, and whether that's strategies you use or tips or anything that can come through the video. Also, I'd encourage you guys to not intentionally lash out at others or people that like really, like, they truly do love you, and you gotta like not take that for granted. But this is my channel, Mindless, where I post uplifting and inspiring content just about every 5 to 7 days.
Wow!
So be sure to check out my content at that time, or whatever country or wherever you're from. All is welcome in my channel. If not, then it's fine. So anyway, back to the video. And as for the next part, it's to be rude, but surprisingly in the nicest way possible. Because when you set boundaries, you learn a lot more, and you're smarter that way. So I'd encourage you guys to use that tip and to implement it in your daily lives. Because like it gets you to not focus on. I know I like always say this, but it gets you to not focus on external stuff and more on internal stuff. So also just try to implement that if you can, and it's a really good way to complete all that work, and rather than using your anger impulsively. But because instead you could use your anger repulsively, which directs attention away from the anger, so that you'll be like you have to protect or defend yourself, but anyways, I can't help it. Anyway, on to the next discussion. So once that skill has been trained, know that it doesn't have to be perfect. And also, as for the next tip to keep in mind, this is always a really important one, but it's to be patient with others and yourself, because it's not like worth it if you're patient with yourself or others. Like it can't be one or the other. You're only patient with yourself. You also have to be patient with others. But just know and realize that the more important thing to do is to have both of those. And also it spreads really easily. And I mean very easily. Like, if you really just think about it, it spreads really quick, just as quick as rapid lightning. And while having the ability of patience with others, obviously it gets hard, but willfully it can be developed if you do have the right mindset about it. So, yeah, feel free to check out my content and to not use anger impulsively. And so on to the next discussion. I think that's something already. So therefore we've discussed some pretty important themes, etc. And before I talk about the last advice tip, I just wanted to say that it's unbelievable for the amount of support I've gotten from you guys, and I also spend a lot of time on the videos as well. So if you want to, you can subscribe and click the button if you want. But I appreciate all you guys supporting me. So don't be afraid to share your experiences. You don't have to like be afraid or anything. Just know that like you guys can like really express your thoughts or anything like that. And so now on to the next discussion, which is to develop skill and ability for mindfulness, and to use the skill is to practice calmness and physicality with yourself, but also to physically exercise with yourself or to test your limits. But like I said, physicality like is much more than just practicing on your physical strength, even though it's important. But it makes you a lot more confident. And it sounds crazy to say, but testing or working out on your facial expressions gets you to smile or react in the opposite way, which kind of means that if you were really mad, or if you felt really mad at the moment, if you smiled automatically, then maybe you'd learn to be happier over time.
He needs some milk!
And also, if it's from something meaningful, then that's probably not what really matter. But if someone wants you to be or to feel a certain way, the secret is to act without them thinking that you don't care. But that's exactly why you have learned from it. And so basically that's it for today's video. If you would like to check out my other video, here it is. Bye guys. See ya.